hard dread as he stood in Jeff's living room. Jeff was staring at the bag with a look of pure, unadulterated horror. "Oh, my God," Jeff whispered. "What is that?" "It was a gift from Jennifer," Adam said, standing as stiffly as possible. "And now it's a gift for us," Jeff replied, a slow, predatory smile spreading across his face. "I didn't say anything because I figured we could do it together. But now, Adam, why don't you just not do it? Ooh, don't get your panties, which I assume are in your purse, in a bunch," Russell added, appearing from the kitchen with a smirk that could cut glass. "It's not a purse, okay?" Adam snapped. "It's a messenger bag. And the message is," Russell chimed in, "it's a purse. Probably no panties in there, though. No room. What with all the douches?" Adam looked down at the bag. He loved Jennifer. He wanted to be the grown-up she saw in him. But as he looked at Jeff and Russell, he realized he had walked into a metaphorical buzzsaw of masculinity. "All right, look, I don't like it. Okay," Adam confessed, his shoulders slumping. "Yeah." But Jennifer was so excited, Jeff said, his voice mocking, but containing a kernel of genuine marital insight. "She made such an effort to find it. I just couldn't disappoint her." "That's very nice of you," Russell said, "but now you're stuck using it forever. Yep, all the way through menopause." Chapter 3, The Ghost in the Park. While Adam was grappling with his leather-bound identity crisis, Russell was busy cultivating a new story. Russell didn't have a wife to complain about his chest hair. He had the entire island of Manhattan as his playground, and he played for keeps. "Yesterday, I cut through the park," Russell told the guys, his eyes gleaming with the thrill of the hunt. "I see some chick playing the guitar. After 10 minutes of pretending I like the Grateful Dead who suck, by the way, we go back to my place, and we proceed to do it everywhere." "Everywhere?" Adam asked, temporarily forgetting his purse. "Everywhere," Russell confirmed. "Bedroom, kitchen, living room. I'm tired just thinking about it." But the reality of Russell's guitar girl, Claire, was more complicated than he let on. Claire was a free spirit. She didn't like fancy restaurants. She didn't like clubs. She liked hanging out at Russell's place, eating his food, and using his shower. "You know, I don't care what you think," Russell said later, pointing at a guy in the street. "This thing isn't that bad. Look, that guy has won, too. See, he looks pretty cool. He looks like he's looking for his knitting needles," Jeff countered. But Russell's focus shifted when he realized Claire wasn't just a free spirit. She was between apartments. "I live in the moment," Claire had told him when he asked for her address. "Does the moment have an address?" Russell had asked, genuinely confused. "Some people would call it homeless," Claire said with a shrug. "But I just don't want to be tied down to one place. I can do what I want when I want." Russell, the ultimate consumer, the man whose apartment was a temple to high-end electronics and overpriced furniture, found himself fascinated. He was dating a woman who owned nothing but a guitar and the clothes on her back. Surprisingly deep, Jeff commented when Russell confessed the truth. Yeah, Russell said, his mind already pivoting back to his default setting. Plus, I look like a hero getting her 3 hots and a cot. And it saves a lot of money on dates. Your leftovers. Her dinner. Chapter 4. The 5-star surcharge. The tension in the Bingham household had reached a boiling point. The rainforest comment was just the tip of the iceberg. Audrey wanted excitement. She wanted spontaneity. She wanted the kind of romance that didn't involve a remote control. Maybe our sex can be a little more creative and spontaneous, Audrey suggested, her eyes narrowing as they stood in a department store. Starting now. Jeff looked around nervously. I'm here with my grandmother. Shush, they're about to do it, Audrey whispered, pointing to a couple nearby who were clearly having a much better time than they were. Okay. Look, Jeff said, his brain frantically searching for a compromise that would satisfy Audrey without requiring him to exert too much physical effort in public. You want spontaneous? Let's go get a room at the Windsor Suites right now. Audrey's face lit up. All right, look, if I'm paying for a 4-star hotel, I expect 4-star sex. Oh, I think actually it's a 5-star hotel, Jeff corrected. All right, well, Audrey said, grabbing his hand, better stop and get some Gatorade. The Windsor Suites was everything a New York luxury hotel should be. Marble floors, silent elevators, and a mini bar that charged $10 for a bag of cashews. As they entered the room, the air was thick with the promise of crazy, nasty sex. Nice room, Audrey said, dropping her bag. Not for long, Jeff growled, trying to channel his inner James Bond. We are going to wreck this place. Hey, big boy, Audrey said, leaning against the bed. Why don't you call room service and have them bring us some champagne and strawberries and maybe a little whipped cream? Jeff checked the menu on the nightstand. His eyes widened. You look so hot. I'm almost not thinking about the delivery surcharge or the mandatory 18% gratuity. Almost. He stood up, pacing the room, when he saw a pamphlet by the television. Oh, look at this. Happy are in the hospitality suite. Complimentary wine and cheese. Hot hors d'oeuvres. Sushi. Audrey sighed. Jeff, you know, they call it complimentary, but it's built into the price, Jeff argued, his fiscal responsibility warring with his libido. And so we lose money if we don't go. It ends at 6 o'clock. It's almost 6 now, Audrey pointed out. What about destroying the room? Oh, we're doing that. No doubt, Jeff promised. How about we go to happy hour, chug a lot of fancy wine, we make dinner out of the hors d'oeuvres, come back here, tear it up, best of both worlds. An hour later, they were back in the room, bloated on lukewarm sushi and cheap chardonnay. I don't think it's possible to drink more wine in that short a time than we just did, Audrey groaned, collapsing onto the bed. Not without a funnel, Jeff agreed, feeling the sushi beginning to rebel in his stomach. God, this bed is